Hey guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about, is the Expat Perfect Storm upon us? And by that I mean we have a lot of things going on over here in the Philippines right now. And when we do open, whenever that may be, I think we might have a good perfect storm for a lot of expats over here and for the expats that already live here. And this is what I mean by that. Okay? We just got a three peso gain on the Forex, and there's talk of another 3 peso gain also, because I guess the peso was just going down the toilet because of too many loans, too many things going on in the economy. People are starting to look at the economy that's starting to falter a little bit, which it's been for a while. A lot of stores have closed down, a lot of things have happened. And, I don't want to venture to guess where it's really going, but according to what the news is saying over here, I'm seeing another 3 peso gain. And that was what they were talking about in some of the news articles that I've read recently and some of the people that I've talked to. And my guy that usually guesses on stuff like this, he plays the Forex a lot. He says it's really difficult to guess in this atmosphere and try to, come up with an educated guess. But he says he's changed his mind. He thinks it's going to go up to 53, 54, or possibly even higher. But he says he made a mistake last time and he thought it was going to go, the dollar was going to fall, because of everything that was going on. So who knows, but the perfect storm, if it does go this direction, then the perfect storm is upon us, because then we got large gains in for our dollar, and it's a good time to probably cash out a few dollars. If you have a few dollars on the side, you may want to think about cashing out when it hits 53, just to be safe. And if it does go up a little bit more, you still gained. You gained 6 pesos. I would cash out at about 53. Now, will it go higher? Your guess is as good as mine. Here's the other thing. Cola raises. Cola raises for veterans, Social Security, SSDI, SSI, all that stuff. Cola raises with pensions, things like that. They're expecting to get like a 4.7% raise or thereabouts, somewhere around there. 4.3, 4.7. Some people are even saying 5 maybe. But that's what they're saying, right around that amount that we're going to be getting. That's substantial. So not only are we getting, like, let's say if you get $2,000, you're probably going to get about another $100. You're going to get all those extra gains with that $100 on top, because you're getting those extra pesos too. So you're getting like a double hit, like a kind of like a espresso shot or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? It's like a needle in your arm. Like, hey, here you go. Here's some extra energy for you to carry your money further, which is good for us. It's great for us, But also this here is going on. Remember, we have what I call tourist expats. I call them tourist expats because they're on a tourist visa, but they are expats, okay? By any definition, they're still an expat because they basically live over here. They just happen to use the tourist visa as their means to live over here. All these people have had to leave and they can't get back in here because of the COVID situation. So they've had to leave and they can't come back. Some of them are saying that they're not going to come back. Some of them are saying that they're going to come back. And some of them are trying to fix it by either getting married, getting their SRV visa, or any other means that they can do to fix it. Some of them are trying to go to other countries where they can go there for a while and then come back later. There's all different things going on. But a lot of these people are leaving houses behind in some of these heavy tourist expat areas, such as Dumaguete, places like that. Now the question is, are some of these areas empty enough where there's going to be a large amount of empty apartments, condos, what have you? I think there will be. And I think the first people that get in here will be the recipient of some of these good deals. Now, good deals that be had all throughout the Philippines, basically, in most areas with the exception of Manila. Now, my area is probably one of the cheapest areas. Granted, in most areas it's pretty built up here and stuff like that in the Cavite province, like Dasma, General Trias. My area, Tracy Martirez, it's kind of like, it's built up in the center of town, but as you leave the center of town and you get off the beaten track a little bit, you get some nice areas here where it's really quiet, and you can see here it's very quiet. We don't hear any motor vehicles here hardly at all. The only thing you're probably hearing is my air conditioner up above me and the cicada in the background, and that's about it. So with that said, I think we have a lot of things to look forward to for you guys that are getting ready to come in here. The question is when they open the door, And I think it's going to take a while for the economy to recover here, so we might be the recipient of a 51, 52, 53, 54 to 1 peso to dollar ratio for quite a while. That's my thoughts on that. Now, how long will it be? Who knows? Is the Philippine economy pretty resilient? Yes, it is. Once it starts up again and it kickstarts again, I think that we could go back to like 50, 49, 51, someplace around there. Maybe it'll stay at 53 and we'll get lucky. That could happen because of loans and things like that the Philippines has. I don't know. We don't know. Nobody really knows. Nobody can really look in their crystal ball and say this is what's going to happen. I mean, last time my guy ventured to take a guess, he was wrong, and he's the guy that's educated on the Forex. He says it's very difficult because countries, you don't know what they're going to do the next day because they pull something, they do something, and then everything changes and it's a big mess. And he didn't expect for the dollar to have gains against the peso, and for the peso to have big losses, because a 3 peso gain for us is huge. A 3 peso loss to the Filipinos, but it's also good for the OFWs because they're getting more for their money. So there's good and bad about that. Now here's the inflation part of that, okay? Rents are the same or lower or higher depending on where you live. Food is a little bit higher over here. So some of this is going to be like a catch-up thing. Are you really getting that gain? Yes and no, because of inflation. As far as rents go, you're gaining. As far as food goes, you're probably losing a little bit because it's probably been about 5 to 7%, loss in your dollar for food over here or in your pesos. So you have to remember when you buy meats and stuff like that, you're gonna be paying more over here because it's very expensive. Cereals, things like that, a lot more expensive. Going out to eat, a lot more expensive. Things like that. Some things are still fairly, reasonably priced. Vegetables, most cases you can still get them fairly reasonable. The Philippines is a lot cheaper in some areas like fruits and vegetables, things like that, unless it's imported. Oranges, they're pretty expensive. They're about 3 oranges for about $2. That's expensive for us. I mean, I remember back home you used to be able to buy a whole bag of oranges for almost nothing, and nowadays even back home it's a lot of money for oranges. They sell them single now back home. I don't even think you can buy a bag of oranges back home, as far as I know. I haven't, last time I was home, I don't remember seeing them. I think they were all sold separately, or like bags of 4 or something like that. They don't have the bags of like 12 or 24 like they used to. Those days are gone. But anyway, guys, I just want to talk about that. I do think we have some sort of expat perfect storm that's going to, come here. And when the doors open, like I said, the first recipients are going to be the ones that, get the best benefits over here. The first people in the door. But do I recommend people to be the first in the door? No, I don't, because things can change rapidly and quick over here. I think it's best to wait till things settle down over here and then come over here. I don't think you're going to lose that much. Yeah, rents might go up a hair more or something like that, but you're not really going to lose that much. I mean, I think the first people to get in the door will be able to get the good rents and stuff like that, if there are any available. And like I said, I tend to believe in the heavy expat areas where there's a lot of expat tourists, people that use the tourist visa that have left. I think those are the places where you're going to get the best rents, the best deals, the best leases, things like that. You know what I mean? That's the places I think you're going to gain the most. Okay? But fortunately, like I said, we got these Cola raises coming up. We got the SS raises coming up. We got the Cola raises for the veterans, for the disabled vets, for the retired vets, for Social Security, SSDI, all that stuff coming up. And there's a possibility that we could get another stimulus out of this. I really don't want another stimulus because I think that's really bad for the country. But the last stimuluses did work out, and it did work out for the dollar overall. So I mean, I just don't think that we should go into debt for more stimulus. I mean, I know something like 2.5 million people signed a petition for this. So now, I'm not sure if it'll go through or not. I think they're going to give us some sort of stimulus, maybe 600 or 1,000 or something like that. Question is when, and will it happen? But anyway, guys, just want to kind of blow through all that stuff, talk about it a little bit, get it in your heads so you guys can, mull that around in your heads when you're planning to come over here, because that's additional money. It's additional money in our pockets, and it's good for the expats that are over here too, because it's stuff that we don't really plan on. When we get a 3% raise or a 6% raise or a 10% or 12% raise, that's pretty substantial for us over here because it gives us a lot more money to do stuff. I mean, a lot of us over here, a lot of the people over here on the lower budgets, they suffer a lot, so they need that income coming in, and that might be the boost that keeps them going or keeps them alive or keeps them, good, keeps them good, keeps them happy, keeps them level, because some of these guys that are in these lower budgets are really hurting right now with the inflation. I'm seeing, a lot of people over here hurting. I go to the mall and I see some of these guys walking about, and some of these older guys that you don't see out that much, the guys that are in their 80s or late 70s, and they're not doing really that good health-wise. I saw a couple of them the other day in the mall, and I was actually kind of surprised at their health over here. Their wife was looking out for them, holding onto their arm and taking them about and walking them around the mall and stuff like that. And I kind of felt bad because the guys are living over here and the weather's really, really hot. And some of these guys, like I said, they're not on high budgets. And I know that they're not because they've been over here for 15, 20 years, and their budgets tend to catch up with them after a while. And that's why I say always save for the future so you can live in comfort, because you can see by looking at some of these guys over here that they're not doing well. They're not getting their health checks as much as they should. They're just not dressing really good. They don't take care of themselves, or their girlfriend doesn't take care of them as much as they should have. One of the particular guys here did look like he was okay and he was well taken care of. And the other guy didn't. I don't know. He just didn't look like he was well taken care of. And I worry. I really do worry about older expats. And it seemed like both these guys were from Australia. And I don't know how the Social Security thing works out over there, how well they pay over there. But these guys, it might have just been them. One guy looked like he was taken care of, and maybe he had saved all his life or something like that. But the other guy, he didn't look too well taken care of, both health-wise and physically, and his clothing, and just the way he kind of carried himself. He just didn't look that healthy. I mean, I saw him. He was going to eat in McDonald's. That kind of tells me that, because most older people don't like to go to McDonald's, and this guy was heading into McDonald's, and I was like, so he doesn't have a lot of money, because a lot of people, I mean, if you want to go out to eat here, most people want to go to someplace halfway decent, go to Kenny Rogers, at least get some chicken with veggies and mashed potatoes or something like that. So I was kind of surprised to see that. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope that helps a little bit to get you to understand what's going on over here. What's gathering for the future, and what's coming upon us. Because I think this is a really good thing for us. Now, whether it all comes to fruition the way I said, I don't know. But I think it will, because we've already got those 3 peso gains. I think we're going to get another 3 peso gains, plus we're going to get that the Cola raises this year, on top of our pensions, on Social Security, the VA disability, all that stuff is going to get those extra gains, and that's going to be substantial for a lot of us. But anyway, guys, I just want to throw that out there. I think it's a big help. God bless, guys. Take care.